Actually,
I should have
don't know.
told you.
It might just
Autosave?
yeah. I'm gonna check the autosave first before I load
By the way, that's a
anything.
funky looking master sword on the title screen.
Nah, man.
I don't like it.
Not a lot. Actually, do I even have the fire rod yet? Let me see. I do. Okay, so
Yep.
we're actually fine.
Do you want to see how far your save state was to see?
Oh! I
That's
meant to
the
hit
most recent
save
one?
and I loaded it instead.
Well, just get off. Just don't touch anything.
Sorry,
Get
that's not
off.
how this works. I just reset the entire autosave.
No.
I literally, that's the entire stream's progress gone.
Wait, are you sure?
Yes, I am. This is exactly what, like, I'll do it just to show you guys, but yeah, I just ruined the whole thing. I'll come back here. I'll do exactly what I
Fast
just
forward through
did.
this.
The funky
It's
looking.
gonna be
master
real
sword.
sad
Looks
if
like
that's
a
the
lightsaber.
case.
Oh yeah,
you're
all
missing
of the
a heart
hardship.
piece.
See?
Oh,
man.
no.
Yeah, and this save doesn't even have the other crystal. So, yeah, we have to go from here. All right, well, luckily now I understand how to do the dungeon, so it should be easier, but wow, that's really annoying. And it's all my fault too, so it's like I can't even be upset at somebody else. Also, I hate these fucking mushroom things. All right, well, anyway, while I desperately try to get back to where we were, like literal minutes ago,
You can blame Grant. I'm sure he won't mind.
I can blame Grant, sure. What was the last thing I was talking about? So it was the prompt about the Venn diagram of attractiveness, right?
Yes.
So the thing with the cryptid was that it's supposed to be the most ubiquitously attractive person, and the thing was that it would kind of like it would kind of like adjust slightly to like the individual, but it wasn't like it couldn't necessarily change wholesale. So when they were talking about it, they were like, okay, I guess that means that it has to be somewhat androgynous, right? Because it's supposed to be attractive to both genders. Either that, or it has to be a really hot person that just is attractive no matter who, which I guess could also be possible. But the other thing that was interesting was that it wasn't just physical attractiveness, it was also personality. The idea was that the cryptid would take on the personality that was like most ubiquitously attractive to like individuals. And so they spent a good like 20 minutes talking about like what the Venn diagram of attractiveness was, and like just in terms of like you need to have like, cause you know what a Venn diagram is, obviously. So it's just like, imagine each circle is just a quote unquote ubiquitously attractive thing, and the intersection of however many circles is like the most ubiquitously attractive person possible. I'm not gonna say what they did, like what they ended up with, because I guess that's the point of the conversation. But I will say that they ended up with a Venn diagram with 4 sections on it.
A 4-way Venn diagram. Oh, man.
About what makes someone attractive.
Yeah, because it
So
wasn't even just
now
like
you're
person.
challenging us
Because like the
think
whole
of
point,
categories then.
the whole point wasn't that, because remember, it's not just what do you find attractive. It was what do you believe is ubiquitously attractive. That like quote unquote everybody could agree is attractive. And it's so fascinating because it's like it's a fundamentally impossible thing to think of.
Yeah,
So
it is.
Man, this game is really complex.
okay, great.
Wait,
Anyway, moving on to
we're
the
not gonna
next
talk
subject,
about which
apparently.
category.
I was gonna say.
No, sorry. I was just...
it's-
Every single time Zach goes to the
Saba gets
map-
her veto.
I never said I was vetoing
Saba
this,
got her
Zach.
veto,
Stop
so we're
pushing
moving on.
something.
Next
Stop pushing
thing
something I don't want.
that we're
You know what?
moving on to.
Zach, I veto
Alright.
you in general.
Venn
There,
diagram
you
one,
stop
circle
talking.
1,
We'll
9
talk.
foot tall. Circle
9
2,
foot tall.
vampire. Circle 3, owns a castle.
I can't
Circle
even
four,
appreciate a game
hot.
without being told I'm saying
four,
something.
hot.
I like how circle 4. Well, that's not even fair. You can't put that as a circle because if you just put one of the circles as is hot.
All right, fine. Circle one.
In that case, you can make a one circle diagram which just says is attractive.
Is hot.
All right, fine. Circle 1 is attractive. Circle 2 is hot. Circle 3 is pleasing to the eye. Circle 4 is seductive.
It's seductive even.
Yeah, daring. We're feeling daring today, aren't we?
Ooh.
So one of the things that I thought was kind of interesting when they were discussing it was I thought about it and I was like, I think for me, one of the things that I would want on like the Venn diagram of ubiquitous attractiveness is like competence, I guess. Because I know that
True.
there are people that are like attracted to like dumb people, I guess. And I'm not necessarily saying that a person needs to be smart, but it's just like I don't know. I find something really attractive about individuals who like aren't helpless, I guess.
I like the term
Oh, yeah.
competence. They have competence. It doesn't even
Yeah.
have to be super smart, like
Oh,
knowledge.
Oh,
you're
yeah, just
swinging
competent.
while it falls. You can keep swinging at it.
Oh,
Oh,
damage it more, yeah.
never mind.
Ooh.
Didn't work that time. Great.
It's just a
I
one-time
love
thing.
it when it's inconsistent.
But yeah, I
Anyway.
agree with competence just because I didn't realize how important that was until I met some people who were definitely not
Who were
competent.
truly dumb.
Who were
Let me ask
truly-
Zach, are
I'm
you-
not
You can't
gonna
just
say
say
they were
that about
dumb.
Janine, Lawrence.
I'm
Oh
not-
my
Are
God.
you asking us to each contribute
I'm sorry,
one
Lawrence,
circle?
I'm sorry.
Are you asking us to each contribute one circle and then create a cryptid based off that stream circle?
We could.
Venn
That's
diagram?
not necessarily what I was thinking of, but that's a good idea.
All right, so Zach's is competence. What's yours, Lawrence?
Oh, we
Big
gotta-
fucking
oh.
titties. No. Sorry.
I mean, if you
Assuming
need
just
anything,
physical attractiveness
You-
is like a thing.
Oh,
Because the thing is
ridiculous,
that
Zach.
what is physical
You know
attractiveness?
it's
What does
big,
physical attractiveness mean though? Because the thing is that like that's another one where it's just like I feel like that can't be on the Venn diagram because it's too ambiguous.
I
You
mean,
know
there
what I
must
mean?
be some biological factors, like if you were to do biologically, that like attribute to being.
Like
Draw
straight up, you
some-
can
Oh,
poke
like-
a hole. Like I agree that there's probably like some fundamental thing, but we need to figure out what that fundamental thing is because like just the fact that there are individuals who find tall people attractive and individuals who find short people attractive, but not vice versa, just in and of itself means that saying somebody is physically attractive cannot be on this diagram.
I wonder how
Alright.
much it can be like ingrained into, because like sometimes we're so focused on like the personal, because obviously subjective opinion is valid in its own right, but it's like how there must be like a basis, right? There
I don't
must be
think
a
there has to be.
biological basis.
I don't really think that they're. Yeah, I'm about to say I agree with Adrian. I feel like it's like it's a fascinating discussion to have, and obviously I'm the one that brought it up. But it's just like when you think about it, I feel like a large portion of what people find attractive is also psychological. Right.
Did you learn nothing from Star Wars? Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Well, the thing is, you
Sally
guys,
is
you guys
definitely a
always,
Sith.
you need
Sith
to
Lord.
be careful because
Easy.
whenever we say something exists, no one has to abide by it, but its existence is it's important to like know about.
Well, I've heard.
Like,
Well, I've
there's a
heard that
basis
existence is futile, so I don't know.
Well,
That's
it's okay.
resistance, Zach. You're
Oh.
thinking of existentialism.
Existence is futile. I'm so sorry. I didn't even know it. Oh, that's so good.
I thought that was intentional.
No, I thought the actual quote was "existence is futile."
That's a way more depressing quote.
Existence is. Oh, that's gonna be my motto from now
That's
on.
gonna be your. If you had to go back in high school, that'd be your senior quote.
I don't even think I got a senior quote because that's how cheap our school was.
Oh,
Me neither,
no.
but that's because I didn't show up to yearbook photo.
Oh,
Me neither,
God,
but that's just because I got too lazy to write something down.
No! Anyway,
Why you just did the Yahoo?
no,
Like
there
from
was
the
no.
advertisements.
You
Yeah,
wanna
exactly.
save?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll do that. I don't know what there
Alright,
isn't a
so-
shortcut, I don't think, to.
So Lawrence says his huge fucking bazongas. Saba, what about your
no,
circle?
you
What do you
can't
want to
say that.
Well, I wonder.
huge Don Honkaroos?
Can like
Dong
natural
honkaroos.
charisma be a thing?
Charisma?
Charisma.
That's even more vague than hot.
Yeah,
I don't know what goes into
charisma
charisma.
is because I can definitely point out when someone doesn't have charisma, right? Like I feel
Is
like
charisma
people
also
because like
confidence?
one of the like I know that some people like I don't know, I don't necessarily want to get political, so maybe I'll talk about somebody else, but like there are people who claim to have charisma when in actuality they're just like an asshole.
Right. Every single pickup game artist.
Right, exactly, right. And so that's really interesting because that's not actually charisma, that's just being a con artist, right? So it's like confidence is not charisma, I guess. So actually Saba's thing of having charisma does make sense, but I guess that I don't know, I guess it is kind of subjective in that case.
By the way, as a side tangent, how bad is it that we've all been collectively conned into calling con artists artists?
I mean, what defines
They've
what
truly
art
gotten
is?
us on that front. Like, we
I
call
guess-
them
It's
con
the
artists.
true con.
Is being able to manipulate one's emotion in art?
I would say so.
No, it's evil.
Well, that's-
Excuse
doesn't
you,
matter if
so
it's evil or not,
excuse you, are you
Adrian.
saying
You
that there
can't-
can't be evil art? Then explain surrealism.
Oh
Then
my
Checkmate,
god,
Adrian.
I was terrified of which period or style of art you were gonna go for.
I went with the one that scared me as a child.
Okay, I thought you were gonna go for like pointillism or something.
I was actually
Oh.
thinking of pointillism first. I like the idea of pointillism being fucking evil. It's literally just a bunch of dots. Which, when you think about it, isn't everything in the world just a bunch of dots?
Excuse you, if evil art doesn't exist, what about Art Deco?
That's
Doesn't
just
Art
fancy
Deco just
evil
mean art decoration?
Kind of, but there's a specific aesthetic associated with very geometrical and sharp.
No, I mean, like, they can have an aesthetic. Like, that's fine.
That's what it's
Ow.
short for, yes, but
Wait,
yeah.
wait, there's a room. Wait,
Correct.
didn't this room have just, like, a
It had
magic?
one mana thing, yes.
Yeah, it had a small thing.
For you to
I'm gonna
use the
die.
fire rod on the Gibdos!
I don't have fire rod!
Oh.
You fucking
You-
idiot!
You're
You
about
think-
to have it, go
You
get
think
it.
that some sort of idiot would just,
Wait.
like, reset his save so that way he lost 2 hours of progress?
That's a
Huh?
good point. No one would ever do that.
And definitely not on camera. Right after getting really upset with one of his co-hosts.
Correct.
Only a fucking stupid idiot would do that. Moving on!
Alright, so Lawrence, I'll give you another chance to
charisma-
change yours from...
Charisma is interesting, I guess.
Sure. I guess,
And-
like...
And also,
Yeah.
two of the things that we've discussed so far begin with the letter C.
Lawrence, I'll give you one more chance to change your answer from giant Don
Alright.
Honkers.
Let's go with another C. Does compassionate work?
Sure.
No, because
Someone
that's not ubiquitous though. There are a lot of people
Why
that
do you
just
get-
want to
isn't
get
there a lot
fucking
of
abused
people-
by their significant other.
No, like
I mean,
the whole
I
bad
feel
boy
like
thing,
we're
right? They're
I feel like we're kind of moving on
or
from
whatever.
from the concept of just making the ideal partner for all of us to compete over.
Do you want? All right. So do you want to adjust the topic to be that like we each pick one aspect of our ideal
clue.
partner, and then that is like the fucking. Why did I just do that? No,
It's the
no,
ideal
this is
partner
right.
of Theater
No, never mind. It's wrong. I'm stupid.
Zach did the thing where he
Anyways,
moves into a new room and instantly
so-
forgets everything.
So we're making the partner that we all have to compete for.
All right. So
and this-
if we're doing that, can I change my answer to
Yes,
giant
you can change
Don
your answer.
Honkaros?
Sure. So Zach is giant Don Honga Cougars.
Wait,
Lawrence was the
wait,
answer.
hold up. If Lawrence also says giant Dongong Honkaros, does that mean she's twice as big?
I think we gotta add on to it.
Sure.
Can I finally get the neck snapping
Oh my gosh.
waifu that I wanted?
You can finally get the elite grunt animation takedown.
Yes!
Yes.
Lawrence, help! Saba, you know what you must do.
I will definitely help you.
I have no.
I revert
Alright.
back to my
Please
old
leave
answer.
me out of this.
All right,
Sorry.
Saba, would you like to change your answer to giant Donhana or cougars?
Oh god, I think that's too much. I think this person would back would break.
I'm actually gonna keep my answer as the way it was before.
Oh,
Just,
Okay.
I mean,
just because
I
like competence is really important to me.
I think something I can change because I think
Lawrence
charisma is
could say
obviously
compassion,
nice,
though.
but something more personable would be maybe humor.
You think that you want to
Humor.
change yours to humor, Saba?
Like I do think definitely like charisma is like an overall.
But couldn't humor be
attractive thing,
part of
but-
charisma?
You know, we
Arguably.
still haven't really technically defined what charisma is, but if that's the case, then sure, I'll keep what I have.
Honestly, I feel like
Charisma, is confidence,
like
humor.
charisma is like literally charisma is just being charming, and so like being funny is charming.
I guess maybe it's a sense of like them sharing specifically your sense of humor might not be applicable to all types of charisma.
I guess
Like
that's
maybe being
true.
able to, I think being able to tap into and like
Being
capitalize
adaptable.
on someone else's sense of humor would be nice. But if they don't like specifically like their default sense of humor should line up with yours, then that's a different thing.
You know what? Maybe I'll stick with charisma. What the heck?
Sure. So we have competence, charisma, Lawrence. Is it still giant titties?
No, he said compassion.
this is
Oh,
compassion.
compassion. Okay, sure.
But
In
that's,
that
but
case,
that's the thing
mine-
that's interesting, because now that we're not doing ubiquitous, there have definitely been moments in my life where I was like, I don't know, I could probably go for somebody a little bit nuts.
I'll say that mine might be a little
I wonder which
controversial.
direction.
Mine is shared interests. I want to have stuff in common with my partner.
I mean, that's not unreasonable.
Fair.
I'm about to say it's definitely
not
not. It's definitely
unreasonable,
not
okay.
unreasonable. But it's one of those things that I think of where it's just
Wait,
like,
Zach, just go straight up. You already have a small key.
oh wait, oh, what a weird fucking dungeon.
This is why they
Don't
did that,
die,
so in
just
case you
don't die,
reset by
Zach.
accident, you'd be wiser.
I am wiser.
Anyway, but yeah, so
I'm
compassion,
older,
charisma,
therefore wiser.
Compassion, charisma, compassion again.
compassion, charisma, compassion again, twice as compassionate, competence, and shared interests. I think that's pretty good. It's
I
pretty
think,
spread we've got there.
I think I can it depends on what the shared interest, like the disagreeable interest is, I guess, because obviously,
Well,
some
yeah.
hobbies you don't have to have like the same interest in, and
I
that's
would like
totally
to.
acceptable.
It's not a mandatory, but I would definitely appreciate if my partner shared interests with me.
Well, because that was one of the
think
things
it
I
could
was
be a
just about
plus.
to. That was one of the things I was gonna say was that I definitely have a desire to be like I think it'd be really
Very
nice to have
best.
my partner introduce me to something that I didn't know I would enjoy. You know what I mean? So
Well, but there's also
I
the
guess
difference,
That's interesting.
There's also the difference of an awareness of what you like versus being heavily interested in it. Like I would prefer someone who obviously has
Listen, if
an
they don't
interest
like
or
JoJo,
is like a
it's not
familiarity.
gonna work.
I think they'll be completely eliminated
Oh.
for Zach if they are not at least aware of what JoJo is.
Well, here,
No,
okay,
it's
here.
not, that's not the same though, because it's not that they need to.
Oh, or at least if they can't, like Zach needs someone that's willing to sit down and watch JoJo.
Well, here's
Someone
the
who
thing,
can
right?
get hype. That's like all I want.
Well, here's the thing, right? Zach, some of us don't want to broaden our horizons. Some of us are fine in our comfort zones. Thank you for. But two, having
Now you're just talking about the big titties again.
having common interests isn't exclusive with being able to introduce you to new things.
Say that sentence again so I can understand
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Having common interests isn't exclusive with being able to introduce you to new things.
Like you
Is
can
that
have
not,
you can
is
do
that
both.
not exclusive? If
You
you
can do
already
both.
have the
No.
same interests, doesn't that mean that you both have to discover new interests together?
Not inherently. They can just have more interest than
So
you.
you're saying as long as there's overlap, that still fits your criteria?
Yeah, I mean that,
Okay,
or they just
that's
have,
fair.
or they're just interested in all things you are, plus some other things.
Well, yeah, that's overlap.
They
I'm
just
short
have
on
more
magic,
mental
apparently.
spoons. Yeah, but now you don't have to deal with Gibdos.
Wait, but I thought why? I'm lighting these for some reason. I don't know why, but I am.
Compulsion.
Okay, where is this conversation going to
Compulsion.
next? Because we've made the person now.
Use the fire rod on the last one because you can't.
We
reach
have
with the
made
lantern.
the ideal theater mode person.
Oh, the thing's turned off.
Ah,
You weren't fast enough.
but then how? Do you drop magic, sir?
Maybe. Get him.
Hello?
Get him.
Get him. Get him.
Oh my god.
How are you not killing him already?
I
Is it a
don't
different one
know.
every time?
Yes, it's a new. It respawns him. Oh my god.
Wait, so
You're
every single it doesn't just
mid-swing,
respawn
too.
them when you kill them, it's a different one every single time?
Yes, that's why when you kill one of them, it just spawns a new one. 'Cause
Oh,
it's,
I'm not aware.
it's literally just a
Okay.
timer check. Like I think that your thing a while ago you suggested try like stunning them. I think stunning them is like the best thing you could do because then they stay on screen for longer and don't spawn a new one.
I see.
Oh, it went up.
Because you got a
Is it just
magic
time?
potion.
Oh, that's what the little green bottles are?
Yes. What do you think they were? Dye for Link clothing?
I have no idea. I just saw
You
them and
thought
I
that was just
like,
his Gatorade juice.
Gatorade juice.
Oh.
So the thing that's interesting, because like I don't know if we necessarily want to go down this road, because none of our criteria were physical. Where it's just like because we specifically didn't choose any criteria that were physical. In theory, the theater mode like ideal partner could just be like an alien.
An ogre.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought
ogre.
we were moving because obviously we were saying that the physical part is more subjective, right? So I figure since we're more of a collective, then
That now we have
more
to pick
like
one
well-rounded
physical trait in
traits.
order to figure out what this thing looks
This is
like.
where Grant would come in and contribute.
Is this where
giant
we-
hunger
if you want to do
cougars.
Yeah,
that,
I
I
was-
think I know at least one trait that's going to be.
Giant Gundam Honkeros. No.
Giant
I just
Duncan
like the
Ropas.
different. I just like the
Giant
different
Ropas,
names that
yeah.
you're bringing up.
Are
for
you
them
not
as well.
aware of that meme, Saba?
Apparently not.
All right, I will definitely not corrupt you, but just know that there's.
I will.
I mean, Adrian, you feel free, but I don't know, man. It's funny.
Oh,
Oh,
But you're
that was all my
out.
magic.
Saba, do you want
no.
the one with graphics or the one without animation?
oh my
Oh
god!
no, send
I don't know.
her the video.
No, that's what I'm asking. There's the video that is just the voice acting. The video is voice acting plus animation.
Oh no, do she has to understand. Do the one with the voice acting and the animation.
Okay, sure.
I have to understand. Okay.
She needs
Here you
to
go.
understand just
Oh,
This
yeah.
thumbnail is already
just
a
how
lot.
big these titties can get.
You might get a glimpse from just this thumbnail. Actually, you know what? No, I'll embed it so you don't see the thumbnail.
Make it more surprising for me.
Giant
Okay,
Gundam
here I
Honkeros.
go.
I can't even play it on stream because I think I might get flagged.
Maybe.
Oh,
Saba's immediate. Oh, oh my! I got a new anime plot for you.
No, gongus.
oh my god! Just the gosh, my back would break instantly. That
Looks like you don't have any to be an anime character, Saba.
I don't have it in me. I'll just be the
You won't
relatively
be included in
normal
my new anime plot, Saba. Sorry to say.
I think
Lawrence
I would
and
be
Zach,
fine
on the
with
other hand.
I am super in. Are you kidding?
that. If you are you going to be the
Zach,
character? with the
your
big
back is gonna be even more fucked up.
bahonkadonkaloops?
Absolutely. Are you kidding? It's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Finally, a reason for this tragedy of your back.
Yeah.
It's like just
You want to
that.
save right here?
Oh yeah, you know what? It's a good idea.
Ah!
Oh, you saw that?
Ah!
You
Good
saw
dodge.
that? You saw that fucking quick sidestep I did because I'm good at the video game.
Hit the
Anyway, you were
video.
saying
What?
that it'd be a
That
worthy
was a tile
sacrifice,
above
Zach?
it! Fuck you!
You are
You got
good
the magic at
video
least.
game.
But I'm just trying
What,
to.
magic?
I just want the magic. I got the magic in me.
Zach, you were
Everything I
saying it'd be a
touch
worthy
turns-
sacrifice I want to follow up on this thread.
Well, oh my god, Adrian. No, but it's just because I just remember that one that like very similar meme that Grant and I share all the time, which I don't know if you'd be able to find it, Adrian, but it was the you know how there's that new fossil Pokemon that's like front half Velociraptor, back half like giant Stegosaurus or whatever. Somebody did quote unquote fan art of what that creature would look like if it was like, you know, a furry whatever, like a furry character. God. And it was literally just a Velociraptor with the most immense ass you have ever seen. And somebody in the comments, I wish Grant was here because he remembers the quote way better than I do every time, but someone in the comments, and this was when Grant and I were just living together as RAs, someone in the comments was like, if I woke up one day with an ass that fat, I'd thank God every day. And I go and I show that to Grant. I show Grant the comment, and Grant just immediately fucking cracks up laughing. and so every time one of these scenarios comes up, Grant just looks at me and he goes like, I thank God every day. And I'm just like, no! You can't just do that. So I'm just thinking about that with the giant Gondon Honkeros of just being like, I would thank God every day.
Bless God.
I'm gonna die. Oh, I didn't die.
So is that the one physical trait that we're giving this imaginary?
No, because like the thing is that like obviously if I finally a vine that had like something behind it. Like, if I had a significant other with giant tits, like, that'd obviously be great. Like, I would love it. But that's not what I'm, like, looking for, you know? I don't know what I'm looking for. There's a lot of, like, physical attributes that are, like, kind of mutually exclusive because of, like, genetics that you can't really have together. Because, like, like one of the, well, I guess you could dye your hair, but, like, one of the things that I find really attractive is, like, freckles. But then also like raven black hair. And so you can't naturally have both of those things at the same time, really. I mean, you can, but it's like hard. So I don't know. Like this actually is kind of an interesting thing to discuss, just in terms of like what would the physical amalgamation. Which, by the way, are we just gonna make our theater mode dreamboat just be androgynous?
All right, here. We did the one for personality. Let's do one for physical.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. But then we kept talking about Gondon Honkeros. By the way, Saba, welcome. You've been inducted.
You've been inducted to the club that have seen that video now.
It reminds me of the whatchamacallit.
Watching myself.
It's because obviously he's not saying it.
I'm gonna fucking kick you. Listen, you're not.
What, in the boobs or the giant?
The giant tits. No, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to harass Saba. She's like the only woman we have on this show.
I wasn't talking about Saba. I was talking about me.
Oh.
You don't know how quarantine has changed me, Zach.
Oh my God, Adrian.
Oh my.
I put on a lot of quarantine pounds and nowhere you'd expect it.
I don't want to think about Adrian. I don't want to think about Adrian having like massive crispy breasts.
Lauren is if
crispy?
Lauren would be Lauren's name if Lauren's had crispy breasts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was like, what? What does that even look like?
Also, crispy as the adjective.
Crispy.
Yeah, because of your skin thing.
Oh, I would have thought you'd use crunchy.
I don't like. Oh God, I don't like the idea of crunchy.
That's what
breasts.
I felt.
That's really disgusting.
Crispy is okay though.
That's what I felt.
The crispy's fine. Crunchy's not good.
All
right, how about Chewy then?
More acceptable. Chewy,
What about
Chewy
Chewy?
has a lot of implications that I don't know if I'm comfortable with.
Okay. Well, anyways.
I'm pretty sure that's like an indication of breast cancer.
Anyways.
What were we talking about before this?
The physical Venn diagram first.
The physical attributes or whatever. Literally, no one has put down a serious thing, or at least like dedicated themselves to the giant Gondon Honkeros.
Oh, well, that okay.
All right. Here's my thing. I want someone who can lift me. which is not a high bar.
You know
Is
what?
this the
That's
same
actually
as-
not
is-
that. That's actually not as bad as I was afraid that you were gonna say.
You know what? I'll say this. I'll say lift me over
That was a
their
lot of
head.
sneeze.
Wait, is this the same vein
Are we sure
as
that's
muscular?
physically?
Because
Does
I
that
was
have
about to say
something to do with being
muscular.
physical?
They don't
Yeah.
have to
Yeah,
be, but they have to lift me
he's
over their
essentially
head.
saying that she
Oh.
has to be like physically strong enough to lift him because Adrian likes muscular goblin women.
Correct.
But I was asking if this was the same vein as muscular, like
Not
you can-
inherently.
not inherently. Okay, so then mine is still different. Okay.
So
Sure.
I'm all so. Never mind. I was about to do another joke one of saying that mine has to be a skeleton lizard woman.
If they're not skeleton or lizard or woman, then no to all these
Oh my
things.
god! I just don't want to die. Let me just leave.
I was gonna say, why are you fucking around that
I
room
don't
so long for?
know, Adrian. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh no.
I'm fucking panicking because this place is full of fucking wall masters, dude.
Alright.
There's
I
just
told
so-
you you should
gotta
have
eat.
saved. You never listened to me.
I did save.
When?
Like
Like
2
2 rooms
minutes
ago.
ago. Shut up.
Oh, you just never told me you saved. I was thought it was
It's
being
on.
ignored.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys can't see that. I was just about to yell at you because I was about to say it's on the screen, but I forgot that you guys can't see it.
Okay.
But yes, I did do that.
Okay, good. I was.
Go walk into spikes.
All right.
Adrian,
Saba,
Adrian
physical
has no
attribute. Go.
Let me see. Normally, I've got like at
So
least
we've got
something I think is
muscular-
okay in general.
We got strong and we got muscular.
Yeah.
I would like someone with nice looking hands.
That's
Hands?
like
Nice
Because-
looking hands.
Hands, because I have a complex about my own hands because mine's are
Really?
really small. So I want someone with nice hands.
You want someone able to cradle 4 of your hands in a bundle.
4 of
In
my
one
hands?
hand.
My
Someone with
what?
massive hands.
It doesn't need to be massive. It
you
just
want to
needs
date
be
Wall
nice.
Master.
Don
I figured it
Honka
out.
hands.
No, because I've seen like people with very long fingers, and I'm like, dude, no, that just looks.
I figured it
Scary.
out. Saba wants to date Wallmaster.
She wants to
No,
date the
I-
Wall Master.
No, I
No,
figured it
Saba
out.
Saba
Stream,
wants to
Saba.
date Master Hand.
Master. That's gloved though.
Oh yeah, that is gloved.
You don't know what's under there.
Is Saba just Yoshikage Kira, Lawrence?
She likes the hands.
She does.
She
like
does want to
them
live an ordinary
hands.
life.
Nice hands are very, very appealing.
Saba, do you work at like a
Nice
at like a bread
appendages.
store as a clerk or something?
No, but I do like bakery.
Sorry, a grocery store, wasn't it?
Are you
Grocery
talking about?
store.
Are you talking about Kira's job?
Yeah, wasn't he like a grocery store clerk?
No, he was
I
like a
thought he was-
salaryman that worked in an office.
Oh, never mind. I
Yeah,
only
he,
remember
he
him
just
from
went. He
one
just
scene.
went to a sandwich shop every
Can I
day.
switch? Can I switch and just say nice appendages? Does that
I
count?
don't like you
Nice
saying
appendages.
appendages.
That just makes it
Is that
sound like you're an
complete?
alien.
Yeah.
Either that or you're like Dr. Frankenstein.
Can I bundle
Yeah.
hands and feet together then? I think that's nice.
But you know what? She is right though, because like, how are you supposed
Nice
to describe hands
extremities.
and feet without saying appendages?
Nice phalangeal limbs.
Phalangeal limbs.
Phalangeal limbs.
Now she sounds like she's fucking Hannibal Lecter.
Oh dear.
So I don't know if that's necessarily.
I'm not that
better.
smart. I'm sorry.
Or cunning.
Is Hannibal Lecter smart? He does
Hannibal
constantly
Lecter is a doctor.
right, but he also constantly teases and gives away the fact that he's a cannibal, doesn't he? And just people around him
Well-
are too dumb to notice.
Well, I don't. Is it unsmart
mean, is that-
to? I mean,
Is that I'm about to say? Is that bad? Or not? Well, obviously it's bad, but I'm saying like it's not necessarily something that he shouldn't do because he likes toying with his food, literally.
I guess. Anyway.
Also, the whole serial killer
Please, Zach,
thing
zoom
of
up.
leaving some sort of MO to identify it was them.
Which you don't have to do.
Which you don't have to do, but serial
In
killers
fact,
love
you
doing
shouldn't
that.
do it if you want to get away with your serial killing.
Yeah, but it's like the idea of toying with, as Zach says, toying with everyone.
Your
Eh.
food.
My food, or the police.
Or the police.
anyway,
I'm not
that's
gonna
my
lie.
contribution.
I'm not gonna lie. That's what the fuck is that?
It's Mothra.
It's fucking
wanna save?
Mothman.
It is
Mothman.
Mothman.
Dun, dun, dun,
Mothman.
dun, 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 I said Mothman.
I said
I'm
I'm
Mothman.
gonna assume he did. You just
We are-
ran into
Oh
the
my
spikes.
god! What the? This fight is ridiculous, dude. Okay, it's fine.
Mothman, man.
Man.
Mothman, there's no need to feel down. I said, Mothman,
Mothman.
pick that man off the ground. I said, Mothman,
Make sure you screech all real loud.
because it's fun. It's a Tumblr post I was referencing. I did
Oh,
not
really? I never heard that one.
One for
Yeah.
exactly Mothman.
Wait, let
Listen,
me read this. I wanna say it. Oh, it's so small.
No need
Why
to
is it
be
so small?
down. I
it's
said,
because of the resolution.
lift
It's
that man
long.
off the ground.
okay.
I said, Mothman. Swing your new friend around.
Put that man off the ground. I said, Mothman, swing your new friend around because it's fun to swing a human.
Human.
And I like
That's
the
pretty
guy just going. That's really good. That's really
Yeah.
funny.
Okay, has everyone said their features then? Besides
No, I think
muscly,
only two people have
strong,
said their
and-
features.
I heard muscly
no,
and
we got-
strong and
yeah.
muscles again. That's all I heard.
Wait, Lawrence, yours was muscles?
Yeah, mine was muscles.
Oh,
Which is why I was trying to clarify
I was
with.
hoping for something a little bit
Wow,
more.
did you just call Lawrence shallow?
No, I didn't say that. No, I'm not saying that he's shallow. It's
This
just
is a
like I don't
shallow
know.
part of the
Like
Venn
Saba,
diagram.
like Saba's criteria is so like interesting, and I'm not saying that like muscles aren't interesting, but they're like I could have guessed that. I guess.
Well, I mean, that was my
Well, I
answer
guess
nonetheless.
predictable. You were more predictable, Lawrence.
Ow.
Predictable.
What?
You got fucking smacked into him again by those tiny little jellyfish
I
guys.
hate wall masters. Anyway.
Anyway, so we've got nice hands/feet. We've got muscles. We've got actual strength. Zach, what's yours? Is it
but
giant?
but aren't those two like
Hoovers?
the same?
Not inherently. There are bodybuilders that have extremely nice muscles, but also they're extremely dehydrated and physically weak and can't actually do much.
Oh, okay.
Because
So it's like
that's
both.
how you get. That's how you get
Well, it's
ceramic
mostly
muscles.
just for like the competition. Like they only dehydrate
Yeah.
for the competition. I heard.
Right.
And there's
but that's
also
where-
strong people who are not exactly muscly,
Exactly,
True.
like literal strongmen.
literal strongmen.
I don't know, man, because it's like I think about like what my physical attribute would be that I would want to have on this individual, and it's like I feel like it's really obvious where it's just like I would want them to be tall, I guess. But then
So
again,
you don't
that's
want
not
to.
even.
So you don't want a dwarf GF.
No, I definitely don't. But it's just like I don't know, because I'm just thinking about it. And I'm just like. I'm not because I'm just trying to think of like what's the one thing that a person needs to have in order for me to like be like if a person has blank, I'm immediately attracted to them, and I literally can't think of anything because there have definitely been tall people that I've like known that I wasn't attracted to, and so it's just like I guess
Well,
that's
choose
not.
I
it.
mean, I honestly don't think there's an all-encompassing factor.
Let me take a stab at it. Is it a Jar Jar Binks face?
Oh, perfect.
Yes, you know how horny I am for Jar Jar Binks.
Got it. You'd be surprised how much porn there is of him out there.
Well, Misa think that you horny.
There's an artist that I know who's
Oh,
really
the
good at
fireworks are going
drawing.
off.
There's an artist I know who's really good at drawing, but also really loves pissing everyone off with because he knows that Star Wars fans hate Jar Jar, so he constantly draws Jar Jar railing everyone's favorite characters.
Oh no!
Like it started with other Star Wars characters, but then it went on to every other fandom that had a
Oh.
hot character. It's like, oh man, this character's so hot. I'd love to see art of them. And then he's like, all right, here's them being railed by Jar Jar, giving you a big thumbs up and a smile.
I figured out my answer.
What's that?
It has nothing to do with Jar Jar.
Oh,
Dang.
disappointing.
It's
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
be
wanna
kind of
hear
it's gonna
it.
be kind of hard to describe. But
Okay.
sharp features,
A strong aura.
a strong aura,
A strong aura.
a strong
aura.
a strong aura to punch me with.
A
No,
strong
but-
stand.
No, but sharp features, like sharp facial features, I guess,
Okay.
because it's like
You want that low poly GF.
low poly. Yeah. Like this is sort of what I mean when I say like it's kind of difficult to explain precisely what precisely I mean.
So you're talking
Oh, yeah,
about like
skull
sharp
had that.
chin.
Hate Wall masters.
Dude, you gave him
Fuck.
little skull hat that time.
God, it's so hard to like.
So you don't want Final Fantasy VII Original Aerith then?
Stop. Because like I can give you an example. Because I remember when I was watching what was the name of that anime? What was the one with the Escanor that I hated?
Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, Seven Deadly Sins. I remember that was like one of the jokes that Grant and Malia were constantly saying against me was like, that Diana, she's like super tall, but she has like baby face because she's so round in the face, and I was just like, yeah, that's just not attractive. And so I'm just thinking about that now, and I'm like, okay, I guess just maybe not sharp features, but just not having round features. I guess.
Mature features.
Or not having baby face.
Well, I mean, I definitely want them to look mature. Like, that's by default, because I don't like fucking children. But it's like...
Well, I don't think anyone wants that. Well, any logical people...
Have you seen the Smash community recently?
Have you seen Fire Emblem?
Have you... Exactly. Actually.
Have you seen anime?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess where everybody else wants blank, I just don't want round features.
Would you say that correlates to like an ideal visual age range for you?
I don't know, because like I'm not gonna lie, I've thought about this before, where back when I was like really desperate on like Tinder and stuff, you could put like your preferences for like how old you're willing to go. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't really actually have any like aesthetic problems with those who are like, 30 to 40 years old. I have no problem with that. I find that it actually is it's kind of nice in its own way. But then I think about it, and it's like, man, I really don't like the idea of my significant other dying before me.
Right.
That just kind of eliminates that possibility for me.
I'm surprised that's where the problem. I guess I'm not surprised that for you that's right. It's just different for me that your problem lies in mortality, whereas mine lies in like power dynamic.
What the fuck does power dynamic mean?
It'd be weird if me as a 20-something who has nothing in his life together started dating like a 40-year-old who had everything in their life together in a 401k or whatever.
Oh, dude, are you kidding? I would be like, please help.
It'd be nice, but also it'd definitely be weird. Like, I don't know. I think sugar daddy relationships are very strange to me.
Oh yeah, you're gay. I forgot about that.
Bye, but yes.
Bye, sorry. I'm about to say, I was like, wait a minute, wouldn't that be sugar mama? And then I thought about it for a second. I was like, no, that's still correct.
Either. I say sugar daddy because I knew...
At that point, it's just sugar.
Sugar SO, which is my favorite new term that I've been introduced to.
Sugar parent, all right?
The gender new term is glucose guardian. It's Glucose Guardian.
Glucose Guardian.
That's the actual term if you're curious. But
oh, that's really funny.
I will say that I unfortunately was friends with someone in high school who had a sugar daddy.
Really?
I will not out them, but it was very upsetting.
Okay.
Now that we have all 4 criteria, now we just need to find the one person from cartoons or anime that fits like all the descriptions, or like could you imagine an actor? Because like, did we also say that they had to be androgynous so that way like all of us were theoretically attracted to them? Can you be androgynous and muscular at the same time?
Yes, incredibly. I guess my question is, everyone except for me here straight?
Maybe. I don't really.
Does anyone feel like outing themselves?
Think about it that much.
Just waiting for Zach.
I didn't know you could one-hit KO the Wall Master. That sounds helpful. That sounds like good information.
Oh, and he's back.
Well, now you know. At least you can one-hit KO him and get. I will say that it also stunned him for a while, so he was on screen for a while, so he couldn't respawn.
He was like, ah!
Listen, if I had my hands on fire, I'd probably have a similar reaction.
True.
Alright, well, if we can't find an existing one, Lawrence, just make one. And if you don't, I might.
One.
Yeah, make it. That's your art fight, OC. Make the ideal stream GF.
So
that's the name of the character is ideal.
Ideal stream GF.
Zach is getting pwned by these wall masters.
They fucking suck.
I wonder if they stop showing up in later dungeons. I hope they do.
I really hope they... Well, because they haven't shown up prior to this. I am getting pretty good at getting through this dungeon, though. Oh, man. I'm really glad that even though I, like, reset my progress, I was able to catch up to 2 hours worth of dungeoneering in, like, 30 seconds.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty rad.
Oh.
I mean, Zach, if you ever have to go back to the beginning, you realize you could just reload your save state.
Yeah, but I'm going to bash my head into the corner of my desk before that happens, so...
How interesting, okay.
Interesting to bash your head in.
I mean, he already has a bowling-sized ball
A
dent in his head.
bowling-sized ball.
A bowling ball-sized, a
Is
bowling
it camel pin
ball
or the regulation? Answer the
blanked
question,
out.
Saba!
I blanked out. All I heard was
I can't. It's classified information.
a bowling ball-sized dent in the skull.
A sizable dent.
I wonder how different the individual, because I'm obviously like picturing somebody in my head. In fact, there's like a person from
Pogswell?
no, there's a person from
Maxwell.
there's a character from Seven Deadly Sins that I think actually fits the criteria.
Really?
Actually, Saba, when you say attractive hands, can muscular hands be attractive?
Can you show me muscular hands, please?
No, because I'm
I
fucking
would
playing
need
a
an
game. You
example?
can look it up.
I will look up the
Wow,
muscular
sassy today.
hands.
I'm being
See,
sassy, but it's like obviously I'm preoccupied, so no, I can't show you.
Oh,
Okay, the only quote-unquote muscular... I mean, I don't think there's that much of a difference besides maybe being overly veiny, which I'm like, meh about. I don't like overly veiny hands. I also don't like
veins
talking about
in
veins.
between your muscles and your skin? I thought the veins would go through your
I
muscles.
don't know, but I don't like talking about veins, so...
Well, I'm gonna keep talking about it because I'm interested, because we have two people that took anatomy classes, and I don't know if you guys
I
would
also
be aware
did
of
as
this.
well.
Veins
I don't
come
recall.
closer to the top of the skin when you're hot or need to cool down, so that they have the surface area to absorb like cooling
Oh,
sweat
that's
from the
interesting.
skin.
Also, the fact that the fucking fire doesn't, like, it comes out 2 blocks in front of me as opposed to directly out from where I am is really frustrating.
But yeah, veins will come out when the person is either like exerting a lot or it's hot outside or both.
Veins will also come out when I use my knife.
Sure. I will also say that they kind of stay kind of like that if you get used to that and do that a lot, which is why people that work like a lot of outdoor stuff have very veiny arms, because their body just wants to have that on the right in case they need to cool down.
All right, that's interesting. See,
Yeah,
these are
that's
things that I didn't know.
That's why veins are visible sometimes and sometimes they aren't. They recede back into the muscles and skin for warmth when it's
This is
cold
making
outside.
me even more squeamish.
don't veins
now.
also pop out even more if you don't drink enough water?
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah, because water dehydration is a thing for bodybuilding.
If I'm not mistaken, it's because when you don't drink enough water, your blood gets thicker because it's less watery, and therefore they have to expand
thick
to
water.
allow more blood to move through.
Thick water.
Fun fact thing about the veins receding
Viscous
into the
water.
skin when it's cold and extruding when it's warm, the same thing applies to testicles. And also
Yeah,
nipples.
that makes sense. That checks out.
Okay.
Yeah, now you know.
Perpetual
Now I know.
loop.
Who's in a perpetual loop?
My eyes. My eyes are in a perpetual loop. I've been watching the same corridor
They're
for the
constantly
past
looping.
like 30
I'm
minutes.
sorry,
How do you
Saba.
think-
Is it
How do
fucking
you think-
irritating?
I was gonna say, Saba, how do you think
man,
Zach
I
feels
feel
about
it.
that?
I also, yeah, who's to say I'm antagonizing him? I'm
I
sympathizing.
don't know. Do you want to, I don't know, maybe suggest that
Why
I
is
just
it you
avoid
only
the
like
enemy?
bad? Why is it you only think of bad things that I think? What if I'm trying to sympathize with you, Zach? Huh?
Lawrence.
Zach's
Lawrence
Zach's
distracted me, but that's really fucking funny.
listen. Zach's not in the sympathy phase. Zach's in the I need solutions phase.
That's my only.
You're
phase.
a better gamer than me. I'm sorry. I can't provide you that.
Yeah, Zach is not
that's
the.
like my only phase. If you were ever at a table talk with the rest of us, you know that I'm like one of the worst people to go to for like emotional support.
Exactly.
You remember when like you remember when Grant was like, "Man, I've been having some like anger issues recently," and I was like, "Wow, really? Can you explain why?" And then he just looked at me, and I was like,
Oh yeah, I
Huh?
remember that.
"I don't get it."
What?
You remember that time, Lawrence, that you almost like fucking decked me in the face?
Oh yes.
Let's
I
not go on
remember.
times where we almost physically harm Zach because he angered us.
Adrian.
I know.
I'm
I know
aware.
there was an Adrian moment as well.
One, that's
I'm aware of that.
understating it, but we don't need to cover that
I'm
here.
about to say, there was at least two.
At least two. I'm pretty sure it was just two, but I would rather not talk about them. I think we've broached the subject enough
We
that
have broached the
sometimes Zach
subject
can,
enough, and it has never really been a problem.
sometimes Zach can get on people's nerves.
I keep waiting for the spike block, and then the spike block
God.
takes too long. I just want to be done. I have
Zach
like
does not have enough-
I will
20
say,
minutes.
Zach has been fortunate enough not to have been physically around me enough times for me to
He
want
does
to
not have the
physically harm
spoons
him.
to handle this and streaming at the same time.
Spoons?
You never heard the spoon metaphor?
No.
It's a metaphor used in mental health to basically delineate your ability to do things in the day. Where like you start with 10 spoons, you have to use them out through the day, and at a point you can just run out of spoons and be like, alright, I'm done for today, I have to go home and rest.
I have like 3
Never heard of
spoons.
this.
It's a thing used in like therapy sessions to like give people a clear visual indicator in their head of like when they're exhausted or use too much of themselves. That's where the
Oh.
phrase "I don't have the spoons for this" comes from.
How interesting.
I'm gonna say I should read up on this. This sounds interesting.
It's called spoon theory.
Spoon theory.
Yeah.
That
Why am
sounds
I
like
at full
a great
health?
name.
I don't know, but saving would be probably
Picking up
pretty
parts. All right. Remember, don't just stand still. Wallmaster. Good
Wallmaster.
call
We
on the
saved!
saving. All right.
good. Thank
pick up
God
the
Zach
skull.
didn't accidentally load. I think you even went on like the load one, and then you were just like, oh,
There we go. We're in.
Zach's like,
We're
you
in, boys. We
perfect.
did it.
No,
Oh,
to
and this is
defeat
the boss room too.
Mothman.
This is a good save spot. Now I have to fight Mothman.
Mothman, why are you
Pick that
running
man off
at
the
me?
ground.
I said,
Mothman.
Oh, is
Mothman.
the floor moving?
Yes.
Oh gosh,
this is
You
a
think
fucking
I'm
hell
running
take.
into
freaking
the
hard to
spikes
tell.
for my health?
Dude, this is a hell taker level.
Zach, you think I'm
Why?
running into these spikes for my own amusement?
I don't know, Sama. You really get to me sometimes. All right?
Maybe save as soon as you land in his room.
No.
But then you're just gonna have to do that slightly inconvenient section all over again.
You're right. I don't really think I have the time to save while I'm in here.
It's okay. It's
Actually,
not
you know
no
what? I
pauses
can
when you're going
save
to
at
menu.
any. I can save at any
I was
point.
gonna say, yeah, there you go. So now you can come back here
Nice.
anytime.
Oh, I should actually.
Okay, this may be a lot.
Oh, he dealt 2 hearts of damage immediately. Why? Why?
Can you not
no.
shoot him now?
I'm trying. My hands are on the wrong buttons. The floor keeps moving. I got him
Man,
once.
this is a pretty hard
Nice.
one. It
I
seems
got
like even
him.
the cloud jellyfish didn't even feel as difficult as this, with the moving floors and then the spikes and then
It's
the.
so hard.
You just gotta
Okay.
focus on killing
Oh,
him. Just kill
there
him
is a
as hard as
shortcut.
possible.
You got the shortcut.
There's a shortcut.
Just fucking get him.
Everything deals so much damage. Everything hurts.
Oh my gosh. My family members are watching a soccer game downstairs and I just hear screaming.
Well,
I'm short
I
on
do-
magic power. What am I
I'm
supposed to
sure
fucking
the screaming
do now?
on both ends.
Get him.
Bash him
Use
with
your
the
bow.
lantern.
And the lantern
You have the
takes
bow.
Give him
magic.
the old one too.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Turned into Link.
This is stupid because how am I hitting him? He's in the.
Oh!
You get him? You got him. One
Yeah.
heart.
Oh my god!
Don't walk into the spikes.
Snack said, "This is stupid." Proceeds to beat him.
Save.
Maybe there are some
Alright,
points where being
you did
stupid
it.
is useful.
You know, I will say, of everything that boss threw at you, at least he didn't have a stage where you had to wait for him to be vulnerable.
I thought I did. Like I thought that's what the thing was. I thought I was gonna have to keep shooting him until he landed, and then I would be able to swing at him. Nah, it turns out that despite the fact that he's fucking in the air, I could just swipe at him.
That's what I was saying earlier, just get him. I perhaps
What
did not
exactly
describe
is
it in the
this
most
right now?
useful terms, but I
Alright,
did say just
Saba,
get him.
since you weren't here for the very first stream, I'll explain the basic premise of this game. So Aghanim was like an evil wizard in the regular world, and he wants to reawaken the ancient evil known as Ganon, or Ganondorf, so that way he can like take over the world. In order to do so, he had to like kidnap 7, I think it was like 7 maidens or 8 maidens, something like that, because there were 4 ancient sages that put 7 seals on Ganon. So by taking the 7 maidens, locking them in crystals, he was able to undo those seals, and he's presently trying to awaken Ganon. So that's why we're in the Dark World, because Ganon was here in the Dark World, made a wish in order to make the world perfect, I guess. But perfect in the eyes of Ganon is evil, which is why everything here is horrifying and terrible.
How perfect.
I also just saw a art fight OC that is just a white Pikachu.
Did it win?
With like no red cheeks and
Art fight still has 4 weeks up. What do you mean did they win?
Did it win?
Did the white Pikachu win?
Are you
Win what?
winning,
Dodge my
son?
question.
That's a good question.
Are you
No
winning,
off-topic questions.
son?
Next question. You've been silenced.
See, now I just want to die.
you have to get all the way back out.
I can't even die.
Do you think the gargoyle is unlocked here, or do you have to do something else to unlock it?
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna keep killing myself until it brings me back to the temple.
Are you sure it's just killing yourself?
Yeah, so I'll die here. It'll bring me to the outside of the.
Josh, like, no, you must live.
Oh, that's just trying to save my life. This will
Is it
bring me to the
go
exit of the
down or to the
dungeon.
right?
Theoretically,
Oh,
There
he
you
tried to
go.
save you there.
he did try.
He's like, no.
So this will bring me to the beginning of the dungeon, and then I can leave the dungeon and die. Never mind.
Nope.
All right, great.
Can you grapple that big blue thing? I don't know.
Well, I mean, this is how I got out before, so.
Oh, okay.
All right, banter topic. It took the entire stream for us to finally get there, but I do actually really like this mascot character of just guy with triangular face, because it does fit my criteria, technically, of having angular features. I don't appreciate that mine is the only one that you made a joke, but sure.
I mean, hey, if anyone else wanted to make a joke about them being shocked to lift me over their head, that's fine too. I want to be WWE power bombed. I want to be WWE like people's elbowed afterwards.
I remember a long while ago when Grant and I were just like not exactly first getting to know each other, but when we were just having like regular conversations. We were having something very similar to this, where it was like, well, what's your ideal like person that you're looking for? And I was like, I want Shadow the Colossus boss music to play whenever they walk into the room. I want for when they enter like the state, for every single person to suddenly have a health bar above them to wonder why.
I want to not be able to sleep when they're near because enemies are nearby.
Correctly. Or correct, yeah. I just thought that was like a funny interpretation of just like, I want my significant other
fair
to have
enough.
Shadow the Colossus boss music.
Fair enough.
Do, 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 do,
And then they have a giant glowing. You know what? I'll change mine to giant glowing weak spot.
do. I want my significant other to have a Birkin eyeball, yeah.
It's still locked. That's
Yeah.
strange. I have no idea how you're supposed to open
Well,
it.
I still haven't gone to the fucking ice temple, which I think is this.
Right.
Maybe.
Alright, let me look up the guide again. If you can't figure out by the time I open this guide, then I'll have opened the guide by then.
If you can't figure it out by the time I open this guide, I'll die. You mind? Fucking monster. So Saba, how do you feel about today's?
Wait, you can just pull off the trident on the door?
What do you mean?
It says you can just pull it off and then open it.
With what?
Your hands. Like you can do
Your
the pulling
hand.
animation,
The
it'll
fuck?
apparently
Why?
open. I don't know. I guess try it. Did you already do that?
No.
Give it a try, I guess. Maybe that's
Why
not
would
it, but that's what
why
the
would I
guide says.
ever assume that that would work? I'm assuming that there was
'Cause-
probably an NPC that told me that, but
Maybe. I don't know. But let's see if that works. That might not work, but that's what this guide says, if you can just pull it.
oh my god. It
God
worked.
damn.
Oh my
You could have gone here anytime.
But why would
My
I want to
goodness.
go here?
Because the Titan's Mitt is here and you can use it to upgrade the Master Sword into the Tempered Sword.
Why would Zach want to go here when he can fight Mothman first?
When I could fight
Mothman.
Mothman. When I could fight Mothman like 6th, by the way. Like, I keep doing these dungeons like out of order, apparently. I still don't have the fucking tunic.
Well, now you're about to get upgrade your sword so you can kill things before they kill you.
That's my favorite type of gameplay.
Traditional shoot video game where you shoot at enemies and they shoot back. The question is, who will die first?
Someone bring up another short topic. Because I think we've only gone through like 2 today.
We made some up midstream.
Which were good topics. Like, I'm glad about it, but we still have that huge list.
All right.
Big list.
All right, Lawrence, here's the banter topic from you. What are odd monetary units of measurement? And Zach wanted to buy.
Oh yeah, you weren't here. Oh yeah, because it was just me and Zach that talked about it. So odd monetary units of measurements.
The $2 bill, the -$5 bill.
No, it's gotta be weirder. Because
The
like
50-cent
when like let's say I am shopping and the cost for all the things I got was like $60. I don't think, oh, okay, it's $60. I think, oh, okay, it's one video game. And I just keep thinking in groups of 60 when I'm buying stuff. And then Zach had another example. I forgot what it was.
So I had two additional examples because I actually agree with Lawrence. Like I think about things in blocks of 60 all the time. But in addition to that, I also think of things in blocks of 300 because that's the price of a Nintendo Switch. Which is just like that's just an interesting factoid to me, I guess.
$20 an indie Steam game.
Sure, I guess that's less standard, but yes. But one of the other
We're
ones,
already
and-
not standard.
Well, I mean, a Nintendo Switch is always 300, and a video game, well, I mean, they are 70 now, but they used to be 60.
Like a AAA video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, one of the ones, and this is actually like a thing from like economics in general, which is the Big Mac standard, because the idea is that across the world, no matter what, because obviously McDonald's is in almost every country in the world, and no matter what, McDonald's converts the price of the Big Mac to be equivalent across the world. So in the US, a Big Mac is like what? Is like what, like $3 or something like that? Excuse me.
About-
So
Are you
if it's like
San
$3
Francisco?
here and you go to Mexico, you can go to a McDonald's, order a Big Mac, and it will come out to like 900 pesos or something, right? And you're like, ah, okay, so 900 pesos is like $3. And then you can just do some quick maths in your head, and it's like, 300 to $1. So now I know how much the money I have in my hand is worth.
Sure.
So the actual name of the topic that Lawrence gave this, which was like odd units of, or odd monetary measurements or whatever, is a little misleading because like when like that's why I said like I'll buy that topic for Tu Zulzim, because Zulzim was like a really funny like Jewish unit or monetary value. Like I thought that was really cool. But that's not what like Lawrence meant.
Right.
He meant like monetary equivalencies, I guess, which is also very interesting.
Did that pathway just make you money?
There was a sparkle that I had
Oh, I
dodged
didn't see
earlier.
it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Sure, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I don't know if anyone else had some like those kinds of units of measurements.
I don't have another monetary one, but I do recall one from a game show that I watched where the contestants were like confessing like embarrassing things about themselves. And one of them said like she was so bad with left and right that when she puts like the two L's of her fingers, they both look like L's to her. And so whenever she and her partner are catering in like the car with like DoorDash, they have to refer to turns as either a you or a me. And then she drives the direction the person that she refers to is sitting. And she says it went back to her childhood when she would say, like, her dad would drive more than her mom in the car, so instead they'd be either daddy's or mommy turns.
Oh my god. Pretty funny.
And one of the guys was like, wait, there's a specific thing called a U-turn. And then she's like, I just don't make those.
Just don't make a U-turn.
Just don't make U-turns.
I mean,
don't make them.
I guess.
Can I
U-turns,
can I admit something?
not U-turns.
Sure.
What was that?
I also had that same problem for a really long time of like I would do the two things with the two L's and they would both just look like L's to me. So the thing that I eventually like came down to was I know my lefts from my rights now, but it's not that I know which one's left and which one's right. I know which one is right and then which one is not right. That's how the thought process goes in my head. It's not this one's left, this one's right. It's I know that the one that's on this side of my body is right. So if it's not this side, it must be left.
You know what's a somewhat relevant thing of like difficulties with basic skills that I have personally is
Axis.
I have a very hard time sorting a specific section of the alphabet from each other, like sorting which comes first. Like off the top of my head, I could not tell you.
Section of it?
Yeah, like off the top of my head, I could not tell you like which comes first, P or Q. I'd have to sing it in my head really quickly mentally.
You know,
Oh,
what?
I think I could do that too.
That's like kind of fair because I have something very similar for like months of the year.
Sure.
Like if it's not like August, which is obviously when I was born, or like, you know, January, December, October, November, like those ones, I get confused. Like April, May, June, July, August. The only reason I just said those in order right now is because I was thinking about the song.
Right.
So when you say like you have trouble remembering like which one comes first in the alphabet, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
Like-
if you tell me a letter and then tell me what comes afterwards,
Give
I don't
me
think I'll be
any
able to
letter,
do
I'll
it.
tell you
I'd have to
exactly
take
what
just a
comes
hot
after
second.
it.
all right,
Alright.
R.
S.
That one's, I think, is pretty easy.
I guess my thing
Yeah, I
comes
think
up
that's what I
because
mean.
surprisingly, when you run D&D a lot and do a lot of different D&Ds, you have to sort things a lot, and I prefer sorting things alphabetically, despite the fact that I struggle with it. But it just is neat sometimes. So I have trouble like spot reading, like, okay, which comes first, this name, or this title, or this title, or this item, or this item. Yeah,
Totally
I've gotten better at it slowly with more training, but I used to struggle really hard with that. I had to sing the entire song to get there a lot of the time.
Quite interesting.
Do any of you have that same difficulty with struggling to comprehend where certain letters fall in the alphabet?
Oh yeah, I probably am the same. I probably have to take a hot second to think about it, and then be like, okay,
Sabo comes
Normally
after Q.
R.
R. Yeah.
I was just thinking about it, so yeah.
The difficulty is when two letters aren't adjacent to each other and you figure out which comes first.
Which one comes first, L or C?
Not
Wait
that
a
far
second.
apart.
Which
Have
one
you
comes,
guys-
which one
Have you
comes
guys
first,
surprised
T or V?
The fact that they're trying to redo the
Which-
alphabet song, or they're trying
Which
to change
comes
it.
first, M or T?
That's not a real thing, Saba.
They are.
M?
Yeah, M comes
Yeah.
first. Because
I mean-
T is
Right.
after S, and S is after M.
Right.
I actually, you know what? I just realized that when I think about like the order of the alphabet, I actually kind of do like a sorting algorithm because I don't know where everything is. Like if you ask me which position in the alphabet, like numerically, like a certain letter is, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I'd have to sing it out. But like, like you literally just heard me say it, where it's just like which one comes first, M or T? And I was like, well, obviously M, because T comes after S and S is after M. Because I know where S is, but I don't know where T is.
Oh yes, algorithms.
I know T in relation to S, but not into relation of almost anything else.
Okay, Zach.
Yes, Saba?
Here it is.
Which
Here's
one
the
comes
blas-
first, Z
Here's the-
or M?
Here's the blasphemy.
I'm not listening to that because that's more of your nonsense. That's not real.
I will also say, I want to ask, at what point, how would you divide up the alphabet? At what point does it start to get to the middle? At what point does it start to get towards the end of the alphabet?
Middle
What
and
the
end?
hell?
Like, if you had to divide it in, like, quadrants, what's quadrant 1, 2, 3,
Did you
and
watch it,
4, would you
Lawrence?
say?
I would say elemental.
Because there's a mathematical
I don't
answer.
like
I would
this
say
Saba.
I would say
I don't like
elemental
it
P is the
either.
middle.
I don't
There's
want
definitely a mathematical
Everyone
correct
knows
answer, but,
LMNO
like,
is 1.
elemental.
there's a
P.
gut
Yeah,
feeling
I know.
answer, too.
And then it's QRS.
I would.
This is just
I was about to say
blasphemy.
I would definitely say that elemental P is the middle, and then obviously everything before that is beginning, and everything after that is end.
Sure. You know, I
Just because
did
elemental P is
actually...
like its own thing. Like you say it like it's a word.
Right.
Not this song.
When I was younger, I did actually put in the concerted effort to learn how to sing the alphabet backwards.
Why?
That's interesting.
I don't know, it was a thing to do in summer. We were doing road trips, and I saw it, and the thing I was like, you know what, I'll try
Oh,
to
big
sing it
key!
backwards. Oh, now you can find the boss and get the
But
Titan's
yeah,
glove,
can you believe this
and then
exists,
free the
Lawrence?
frog.
A, B, C, D, E,
E, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q,
K, K, L, M,
I, H, G, F, E, C, D, A.
O, P, Q, R,
No!
S, T,
It just sounds
U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
I've talked about it before, but sometimes when you guys talk, just like I don't know, it must just be like a thing on Discord's end where like the audio just has like a little bit of like background grumble, where it sounds like you're secretly a demon who's like failing to properly disguise your demonic voice. Because like
slips out every once in a
Lawrence
while.
singing that song, it sounds like Lawrence, but very faintly in the background you can hear. And I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like this is how I die.
You know, when I was learning the reverse alphabet, I actually found that
The reverse.
because you know everyone knows LMNO is like elemental P is like a group unto itself, right?
Yeah.
The reverse alphabet has that, but for A, B, C, D, E, but reverse, so E, D, C, B, A.
Oh, that's interesting.
You can actually recite it
chunk.
backwards.
I just did earlier. Were you not listening?
You know what? I was probably reacting to Safa's video.
Probably. Z, Y,
Yeah.
X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, then comes P, O, N, M, L, K, J, I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A.
That's great. Cool.
That's pretty good. That's better than.
It's a party trick that I've barely ever used because I forget that I even forget that I can do it sometimes.
So what you're saying is that you are now well trained for an antiquated sobriety test.
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah, well they don't do it
Yeah.
they don't do it anymore because it was considered
Right, that-
esoteric and unreasonable. But like that was like a thing, especially in Massachusetts for a while, was that if you got stopped under the pretense of drunk driving, they would ask you to recite the alphabet backwards, and if you didn't do it fast or well enough, they would just arrest you. But the thing
Wow.
was that was basically just a very not like it was just a very obvious ploy to like boost their arrest numbers because people who were sober couldn't do it fast enough.
I'm gonna say I don't fucking know how to do that.
Yeah, I would fail
Well,
miserably.
well, if I was back when they used that method, I could do that back then,
Yeah, you can show them up.
depending on when it was, because I might not have had that skill by then.
I'm about to say they stopped doing it like even before I was driving, so
Right, so yeah. I still can't
Good.
drive. I should get on that.
Same.
I can. That's how I got to school.
my mother took it upon herself to move my car into the garage she did have the decency to ask me first. But when I was like, hey, why did you do that? She was like, well, you're not gonna be using it, right? And I was like, I guess that's true. That feels insulting for some reason.
Did you shoot that eyeball?
What eyeball?
How dare you make
The
that
one
choice
top
for me?
left.
But you're right.
Those are like eyeball bats. Can you shoot them?
Oh yeah, maybe. Let me see if I can. There's a lot of these things. I don't know what these things are.
Shoot over
We
the
have
table.
hit
Wow.
7.
Oh,
I know, but I just want to, like, I feel like we're really close to the end of this, so I wanted to see if I could get it. All right.
got the frog.
Wasn't it down here that had the?
You just went through there.
No, I know, but there's this thing. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, cool. Fuck. Great.
Lost your sword beam.
Yeah. All right. Because now this is open, so I can just. Ah, they're just enemies.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought they were like
that's what I was
environments.
suspicious of, because it looked like one of these things. It's me, Zelda. I'm lying.
What?
Oh, no.
She can't trick me. I know who Zelda is.
What is this little magic poof that turns you into a rabbit?
Welcome to like 30 minutes ago.
It's the
No,
curse of the.
I already saw that before, but I just didn't
I
ask
don't
a
know what it
question
is,
about what it was.
though. I do
It's
agree
the
that
Legend
it
of
is
the
a little
Phoenix.
weird. Legend of the Phoenix? Legend of the Phoenix.
Did you see that apparently Daft Punk is going to sell an NFT of their song? Of them?
No.
It's
Nice.
sad. Apparently both Daft Punk and Gorillaz are doing NFT stuff. Which makes me sad, because I kind of like both those bands slightly.
I would say they have some good songs.
What's in the chest?
I don't know. I would like to see, but they're grasshoppers. It's just a bunch of
Oh, I
bombs I
thought-
can't use.
I thought those were frogs.
Oh, you can pick up and throw bombs. I actually didn't know that.
Now you know. And if you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know.
Wrong.
Oh,
Shod.
All right. Cool. Now what?
Wonderful.
There were, there were
I
some
can get
cracks in the
there.
room before you. Maybe you can fall through those? I don't know.
Yeah, they are kind of weirdly conspicuous. What the fuck?
That hammer? I don't know. You can't bomb it. Maybe you can hammer it. Who knows? I don't remember there being like. Maybe there's like a big bomb power up or something. I don't know.
It does seem like this game likes its double power-ups, like double sword, double tunic.
Do you like that as a concept? Upgrading a thing more than once?
Sure. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I wish it was a little bit different. Like, I don't like that there are some things that I can lift and then just other things I can't lift. I wish it was like the Titan's Mitt gave me like a little bit of an extra something.
Like you can lift and then move with it, or lift and then throw it, or something.
Yeah, exactly. You know, where it's just like, okay, well, this one is just strength, and then this one's like strength plus something else. And it's like, okay, like, that's fine.
It's weird the Titan's Glove in none of these games ever like boosts your attacking power.
Yeah, you'd think that being stronger would do that, but not really. All right,
It's
so
all
there's a
about technique.
monster door here.
I thought you said Momster.
Monster. Great. Maybe this would be a good time to stop.
Probably.
All right, save to 0.
I'm a old bear.
So we'll be back on Friday. We have Okami starting tomorrow, so I look forward
Okami
to
finally.
that. It's probably gonna
Okami.
take. It's probably gonna take me like a minute or two at the beginning of stream tomorrow just to change the overlay and stuff to like Okami colors. It's my understanding that the whole game's like white and red. Is that true?
Kind of. It has just lighter colors in general.
Yeah.
It's very
so-
specific aesthetic.
I would do white. I think white.
Yeah, I don't want to make it too white because then it'll hurt my eyes later when I watch the VOD. But
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
okay, I think that was good. We definitely did a lot today, but I do want to take a quick second.
We also lost a lot today.
I
But we
You want
wanna-
to plug something?
Well, I want to double check to see. I'm just going through banter ideas and like checking off the ones that we did just to see how many we actually got through in the last couple days. Grant's not here, so we didn't do that. Grant's also not here, so we didn't do that. We didn't do durability systems. That's fair.
We did do odd monetary.
Dude, I didn't talk about I didn't talk about the not deer. Can I talk about that real quick? Because it's fucking terrifying.
deer.
Is it fast, or should we save it for next time?
I can make it fast. I would like to talk about it more at a later time, but I can just give the basic premise.
Give us a teaser,
Okay,
an
quickly
appetizer
I'll
of
give you
it.
a teaser for what we can talk about. So the knot deer is a like cryptid mythological creature type thing where it's not specifically a deer. Like there is a larger category of creature but the most famous one is the knot deer. And the idea is that it's just it's a creature that will not harm you, period, until you notice that it exists. And the way that you notice it, like this is oftentimes reported by people like in the Midwest where there's a lot of just wild deer around. You'll be like this is just an example. You'll be driving down the highway like during the day and you'll look out and see a herd of deer, but then one of the deer will be like off in ways that are really obvious now that you notice them, but initially you didn't really notice. Like their jaw will be twice as large as it should be, or like their knees bend backwards, stuff like that.
That sounds terrifying.
Right. But the thing is that the second that you notice a not deer, that not deer now theoretically wants to kill you. So like if you're driving along the highway and you notice a quote unquote not deer, it will immediately book at like super deer speeds, I guess, because it's like faster than a normal deer. It'll like book it to like pummel your car and try to get you into an accident. Or like one of the stories, because this obviously came from another one of the podcasts I was listening to. There was another one where a guy gave like a firsthand account of him. He was having like a rough day, so he went into like a hiking trail to smoke some drugs. And on the way back, he was on his motorcycle, and there was just a deer standing in the middle of the road. And so he honks at it like once or twice to try to get it to move. But then he looks and he notices that the deer is looking at him with 4 eyes inside its eye sockets, and like its teeth are weirdly, how like fangs poke out sometimes of like a creature's mouth. Imagine fangs, but they're square. And it was just that sticking out of its mouth. And the second that he like notices like, that's not a deer, it apparently stands up on 2 legs and starts like staggering towards him really fast. So he goes like revs his thing, and the deer jumps away like into the bush on the side. And he's like, holy shit, that's crazy. And he goes to turn his handles to like see where the deer jumped off to, but the deer didn't actually run away. It is ducking behind the bushes, staring at him with its 4 eyes.
Fuck that.
And I'm just like,
that's pretty creepy.
and so the knot deer is terrifying, but apparently it's like a more specific version of like a cryptid that exists worldwide of just creatures that don't interact with you until you notice them. So like there's other ones where it's just like it doesn't necessarily have a name, it's just like a phenomenon. But like there are reports of like people will be they'll be like just in their house like doing dishes or whatever, and they'll look up and they'll be like, that tree wasn't there this morning. And they'll look down and they look back up, and now the tree's like right next to the window, but it has like weird fingers coming out of it and stuff. And it's like, oh my God, that's fucking terrifying. The idea of just the idea of just nonchalantly noticing something and then you're just dead. It's so terrifying.
Well, it's a good thing I was blessed with poor eyesight.
All right, and with
Perfect
that,
counter.
I think we actually covered a lot more than I initially anticipated. Saba, did we talk about parasocial relationships and technology impact letters supporting someone?
It sounds
we
familiar.
did. Yeah, we talked about those a while ago.
We did? Okay, so we did that. Subtle influences video games have on you, that's still fine. Man, Grant really does need to be here more, because this is like the 6th one from Grant.
We already talked about sleep me down, can't sleep me down.
Did we talk about we're all Xehanort now?
We did
Briefly,
not.
we broached it, but we didn't really go into it at all.
All right, that's perfect for me. So actually we covered a lot. Oh, we
was
still
gonna
didn't
say,
talk
we're-
about what the frick is up with Nintendo, but that's like a topic for like an entire stream.
I was going to say, we haven't really we have less banned topics tonight than I think you thought.
I'm about to say, I thought we had like, we've been covering these pretty quickly because some of these we get over pretty succinctly. All right, cool. So with all that being said, we're done. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Well,